New Year resolution or New Year's resolution? Can somebody put it down there below? Thanks.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Before you go and watch this video, do not forget, in this new year we are all about building each other up, so don't forget to subscribe and like this video before you watch it. And as well, if you need to connect with me, you need to tell me, your deepest woes, you need to tell me what you ate the other day, you tell me about that cute boy you're about to date, do not hesitate to message me here, and I'll also put it down in the link below. So as we're heading into a new year, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling all sorts of ways. 2019 was definitely not my year, but
Whose was it really?
because I've heard left and right that 2019 was just not a good homegirl. 2019 was triggering, to say the least. 2019 was a transformative year, and to some that might be a good thing, to help them grow, to become the best versions of themselves. But to others, it might have just been a year that was deeply wounding and just traumatizing. Naturally, we're all just, making some New Year resolutions, hoping 2020, the new decade, is going to be the savior of all our problems. And so, in order to help facilitate this process, we're gonna have to make some good ass New Year resolutions so that we can really pave the way
to success, glory, and money.
Mainly money. But before you do all of that, I need to tell you that you can absolutely make some New Year resolutions, but do not fall into the trap of making some bad ones. I think more so than making New Year resolutions in the first place, you want to be making good ass New Year resolutions. So today I will be looking into some very common and questionable New Year resolutions that you should probably just keep off your list for 2020. So one of the first and most common New Year resolutions is, drum roll please, stay healthy and exercise more. I can understand how it's a good New Year's resolution because it's good to be healthy, and exercise is generally seen as good, right? Good for that heart health, brain health, good for your body movement, you're more agile, all around good things. But the main thing that makes this New Year resolution a little questionable is that being healthy and exercising correct amounts or more or less is different for everybody. Staying healthy for me might look like doing 10 minutes of exercise every day, eating a shit ton of vegetables, and meditating for half an hour so that I'm in that good mind space to not snack and eat those bad junk foods whenever I feel stressed. But staying healthy for you might look completely different. So make sure you're not setting the goal to stay healthy and exercise more just because you want to have a hot bod, which is not a bad thing either, but you really got to question industry standards of what is hot and attractive and not make it an excuse to shame your body in the new year. Another common one is to fix a problem that you had in 2019 that you feel like you haven't fixed yet in 2020. The thing is, if you didn't fix it in 2019 from 2018, what makes you think that you knew how to fix it in the first place? And then that means that you probably don't know how to fix it in this year either. But I'm not trying to discourage you from not figuring out how to fix it, but that should be your starting point, and not to just set this goal to fix it when you literally don't even know how to fix it. So for example, let's say you have a toxic relationship that you want to get out of, boo's not treating you right, boo's just not giving you those cozy fuzzy feelings anymore, it's more tears than smiles. I got you. That should leave your life in 2020 for sure. But make sure you're really finding out the reasons why. Make sure in 2020, instead of just saying, I want to get out of this toxic relationship, or I want to make more money, or whatever that ongoing goal was and is for you, that you're setting specific actions that you're taking that you can hold yourself accountable to, because then in 2020 you can really master that shit. You're gonna get that goal because you're taking those little baby steps, those realistic baby steps to getting rid of that toxic person or making more money, because more money might mean 10% higher than what you made last year. Then you can measure it. You know exactly how you can achieve that goal, and then you won't feel like a failure by the end of this year. Another common New Year resolution is to travel more. I said it. Who else wants to travel more? Because I do. I know a lot of places are looking real attractive right about now. Yeah, I bet you're right in on this boat as well. However, before you tell everybody that you're gonna travel more, you're gonna go to this place and that place and every place, make sure you're not setting yourself up for disappointment.
You don't end up having the holidays off that you wanted, or you don't end up having the budget that you needed to go to specific places, and you don't have the people to go with you.
First of all, you don't even end up going anywhere because you actually don't even have any travel experience. You don't even know the first thing about how to exchange currency into a different currency, or like the basics to survive in a different country for a few days. It is very, very likely, and I've seen this with my peers and friends, you're probably just not gonna go anywhere. Or at least not anywhere that you are dreaming of going. You just might settle for a boring trip 2 hours from your hometown. And that's not what 2020 is about. We want to go to those crazy places. If you've always dreamt to see the architecture in Russia, we want to make those dreams happen. But the main thing is that if you do not have crazy amounts of travel experience, it's going to be a very daunting, or it's going to seem like a very daunting task to you. Make sure that you are committing to one dream travel experience, really planning around that specific trip so that you can really make it happen. Set aside the time, find the people that you want to go with, make sure you have enough money, make sure you know exactly how to safely get there. Pick that one place and then make that the crazy travel plan of 2020, instead of thinking about 50 different destinations and then just not going to any of them because you get so overwhelmed, and at the end of 2020 you're just going to complain that you didn't get to go to all these places when you could have at least went to your favorite travel destination and really had made it happen because you had focused on it. And last but not least, a lot of us want to be the best versions of ourselves.
But before we get on to being the most iconic versions of ourselves, in 2020, you're gonna have to watch my videos.
I truly feel that at any point you can return to the best version of yourself. And I think the main way to really make sure that this isn't just another vague, weird, questionable resolution is that you really channel in and spend some alone time. Spend some time in silence, which is one of my favorite activities, to really feel like myself again. Because in that silence, you don't have other people's noise. You don't have the rest of the world's noise. You don't have the usual chatter that's in your head telling you you're not good enough. You just sit there and really feel into what it is that makes you you, what makes you the best version of you, and really deciding early on in the year that you're going to commit to that version of yourself no matter what the heck happens. Because trust me, a lot of crazy things are gonna happen. A lot of crazy things are already happening around the world, and we're only a few weeks into 2020. Make sure that you're bringing your posse, your supportive posse, to support you in being the best version of yourself. I know you can do it. I think the best way to really channel back and be that best version of yourself is to think about a time and place where you felt the most high off life. And in that moment, what were the things that you were doing? Who were you around? What kind of things did you say? What kind of feelings did you have? It's important to remember that you had the ability to feel and have and do those things where you felt just incredible and iconic and just the best version of you.
That secret sauce that made you you.
You were drinking it, spilling it all over the streets.
Where you didn't have all these nasty thoughts about yourself, you didn't have the same life experiences that just made you so bitter and traumatized about things. Just go back to that moment and feel the goodness in that moment where you really just felt okay, and bring that energy back to 2020. That is you. That is you. So that is all I have, my iconic fam, for today. I just wanted to also shout out that we are over 200 subscribers on this channel. Thank you. I never thought that I would even get like 10 subscribers, but to see the growth that has happened with consistent hard work and just putting out positive vibes and finally creating a platform I really have wanted to do for over 3 years and have only really committed to now. I'm feeling great about 2020. I'm ready to see where this goes, but more so than anything, just trusting where it can go and trusting that maybe I don't even know where it can go, and life is just going to surprise me in miraculous ways, which it always does. Trust that this world is going to surprise you in miraculous ways. It's going to bring you goodness that you can't even think or dream about right now, but it's going to happen. New decade, baby. We're going in. Before you leave this video, let's build each other up. Subscribe and like this video. All of that good supportiveness. The best way to connect with me is on Instagram here. Link down below. As always, before you head into the next little bit of 2020, remember to
stay iconic. Stay iconic.